one is a lot longer than the other. Let me show you. Yeah, one is oh yeah, Olivia, now she looks like a big body. These two modules will stay chrome, so they'll look like they're floating inside of the headlight, but the bottom
perfect.
Welcome to the Autoless YouTube channel. If you're new here, what's swinging, gang? If you're not, welcome. I know you're probably wondering, why am I standing out in the woods? You want to know why I'm standing out in the woods? Because Olivia a freaking animal. That's why I'm standing out in the dang on woods. She an animal. Straight like that. All right, but anyways, if you don't know, Olivia had a pair of 22 inch by 9 and 22 inch by 11 22 inch Alpina like wheels on her. I lowered her, slapped the wheels on, and she was one of the most beautiful F chassis 7 series that ever was. I mean, gorgeous. If you haven't seen her before, check these pictures out. Yes, exactly. She was gorgeous. But I hit a couple of curves, boom, jumped the car, bent up the front ends real bad, had to replace everything on the front end, bent up some stuff some other places. You know, I still got to fix the front bumper and all type of crap. But anyways, outside of that, Olivia sits way too low to have her stock wheels on it. Some guys might like it, but not me. You know, she sits way too low. So coming into a regular parking lot, she scrapes the front. You know, if you own a 7 Series, F01 and F02 7 Series, then you know that this front bumper scrapes with the regular style lift on it, the regular factory height. So imagine how bad it is now. It's like all scuffed up. So what I'm gonna do is put the factory springs back on front. They're not the actual factory springs, which are extremely expensive, but these are the guys from Germany, Sachs, that make the factory springs. And I'm gonna put OE links back on the back. These are directly from BMW, and that will command the height adjusters to do the back. Then she will have her stock height back. So let me close this hood so you guys can see exactly what she looks like with the hood closed. Okay, so this is exactly how she looks with the hood closed, and I'm gonna get down a little bit so you guys can see the before and after, because you might not think that she looks low, but once I put her back to stock height, you'll see she was extremely low. And it does sacrifice a lot of ride comfort in the 7 Series by being this low. So we're gonna start with the rear links first, and then we'll move up to the front suspension. But I can't wait to get this thing back up. All right, so you know, going up under here had to be a cell phone adventure, because my YouTube camera definitely can't make it under here. So if you ever wanted to know what the factory height sensor looks like, this is it right here. And you can see this is an aftermarket version, so it has the 2 nuts in the middle for you to be able to, you know, change the height of the vehicle. This is the sensor here, you know. So what we're gonna do is take these 2 8mm off and then swap the factory one on. Simple and as easy as that. And you can see they're not very rugged at all, like the sway bar end link there. That's super rugged. So yeah, I'm gonna swap those out, and the back should lift on its own once the accessory, the key is turned to accessory.
A few moments later.
Boom, and as you can see, I have the rear links did, which is the easy part. Now it's time to do the front. I mean, you can tell already that the rear sits a hell of a lot higher than the front. And I'm not even sure, like, I didn't turn the car on or anything, so I don't know if this is the stock height or to, you know, lift up a little more or lower a little more once, you know, the computer kicks in and controls the compressor for the air shocks in the rear. But yeah, these are the pretty much links in the rear here, and I will be selling this kit. I mean, this kit is only a few months old. You know, I put it on not too long ago, and then the engine had the problem, and so, you know, the car just set. So if anybody has a 7 series, it has to be a 740, you know, rear wheel drive only. This H&R spring kit is very specific. It has to be this same car. You know, the F01 or the F02 rear wheel drive 740 for these springs to fit. I mean, this kit brand new is about, I mean, around like $400 with shipping. You know, I'm probably selling it for around like $175 shipped. So that's giving it away. That's less than half of the cost. So if anybody wants a lowering kit for their 7 series just to lower it, or, you know, they plan on putting some, you know, some wide 22s on it and wanted to have that aggressive stance, you know, hit me up on the IG right here, or you know, drop it down in the comments. But I'd rather you message me on IG. So yeah, let's get this front up and the wheels off. All right, so I got the front shock out. As you can see right here, the front shock is all the way out, and I'm not gonna put that on camera because I've taken these shocks out on multiple occasions. So I linked the video down in the description if you want the step-by-step on how to take the strut assembly out. You know, it's pretty easy. About 3 or 4 bolts on the suspension, and these 3 e-torque bolts that go up here, 1, 2, and 3, and it drops pretty much down. But as you can see, let me drop this camera. This is the aftermarket H&R spring, and this is the factory spring. And as you can see, one is a lot longer than the other. Let me show you. Yeah, one is a lot longer than the other. So I'm going to get this spring off, use the spring compressor inside, put this on, and do the same thing to the other side. And man, I never used this brand, but this is supposed to be the OE brand, and they said I had the right part number and stuff like that. So I hope this is correct, and we'll know once the car is crunked and I back up and pull forward a couple of times to see if it evens out. Okay, we have one in, and you can see the major difference. Like, look how long that coil is compared to this side. That coil spring over there is, I mean, it's crazy. Like, look how short that is. That's just how much it lowered this vehicle. Yeah, so now we finna pop this one out. I wanted to take one out and put one next to each other to show you guys the difference, but I mean, you'll see the difference once I show you the before and after of the car. So the back is done, this side is done, and man, I'm so happy. I hate doing this. This is one of the worst jobs doing anything with the suspension, especially when it has to come out. So I'm gonna get that other side knocked out. Then we're gonna drop it down and see exactly what her new stance looked like. And with movie magic, boom, we got both sides on. That stuff that look wet, that's just some silicone spray I put on my Power Flex bushings, because they were starting to squeak a little, even with the Teflon grease, because the side of the bushing is rubbing up against the plastic body, so it squeaks a little bit. So I shot some silicone waterproof aerosol in there. Yeah, let's get these tires on and check this new stance out. And there you have it. So I'm gonna have to wait a couple of weeks, because as you can see, the front is like maybe a 1/4 inch, not even a 1/4 inch. I don't know, maybe it's me. Yeah, I think the front is a 1/4 inch higher than the back because the springs are very, very new. I mean, they're brand new. So it's gonna take about 2 weeks to settle the springs, and then it'll be perfect. But man, this car looks one hell of a lot better. Man, like, look at the before and after. Check this out. Yeah, this looks a hell of a lot better. This looks a hell of a lot better. I'm very satisfied. She has a lot more clearance in the front now. I don't have to worry about scraping up her front bumper. She has more clearance in the back. I can get in and out a lot easier. Man. Oh yeah. Olivia, now she looks like a big body. That's how a big body's supposed to look. That's how a LI7 series is supposed to look. Menacing.
The next day.
I'm in my storage unit, which I keep a lot of my parts to show you guys my next mod, which I'm gonna be doing to Olivia, and is actually right here in the corner. And that's a new, pretty much, I guess this is called a radiator shroud. It has the electric, you know, flappers in it. And the reason I want to replace this is because most of the, you know, rubber, which I'm going to show you outside when I show you Olivia, it's all like degrading, falling apart on it and stuff like that. So we got a new one. And also we have brand new headlight housings, lens housings, and brand new headlight gaskets that go around the headlights, because these are brand new. They're ceramic coated inside and out, so they last a very, very long time. And I have them wrapped up in saran wrap so they don't get dusty and stuff before I use them. But let's go out here to Olivia real quick. Well, she's not sitting on even ground right now, but as you can see, her ride height is pretty much back stock. It looks maybe a little higher on that side because the sidewalk is slanted to drain out water and stuff like that. But this is pretty much her stock ride height. And she will have to lower a tad bit in the front, you know, over time driving around and stuff. But she looks so much better with her stock wheels with this ride height. You know, I love it very, very much. But let me show you exactly why I want to change this front piece in the front. So as you can see here, see that big, huge missing piece like a chipped tooth? That used to be rubber like that. And it's cracked up here too. You can see where it's starting to crack up there. And even on the inside, I'm going to show you on the inside of the hood, like that's how big that radiator support, I think that's what it is, radiator support, not radiator shroud. Radiator support goes. So this is the top of it. That's how big it is. And you can see that, you know, it just snaps right off, you know. So I mean, I definitely want to get that replaced, get some fresh rubber in there, fresh radiator grill so it looks nice. Then you won't be able to see that silver bar right there where it's broken, you know. And I'm going to ceramic coat all the rubber on that too, so it doesn't, you know, that doesn't happen again. And for the headlights, while I have the lenses off, I will be blacking out all the chrome except on the LED modules themselves. These two modules will stay chrome, so they'll look like they're floating inside of the headlight. But the bottom and the top where the turn signal is, all of that will be pretty much paint matched to the matte black that's in there. So it'll look like everything is floating, give it a nice menacing luxury look. And it'll get rid of these micro cracks, and those are on the inside of the headlight, not on the outside. But yeah, those custom headlights will be, it'll go very, very nicely with her blacked out front grille. You can barely tell that, you know, I mean, it looks blacked out now, so I know when I do the headlight mod, it's gonna look crazy in the front, you know. So stay tuned for that. Yeah, but I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. You know, like I said, I do have that lowering kit available. It's actually right here if you want to lower your BMW 740 rear wheel drive only, not X drive. It has to be a 740 and rear wheel drive for this to work. You know, so like, share, and subscribe, and Auto Lust out.